General Hasnain, we've seen most recently in that war between Russia and Ukraine, in this day and age, taking over enemy territory is not easy. The Russian army far superior to the Ukrainian army but struggling. We've got China to contend with, which is supposed to be an all-weather friend of Pakistan's. You've got the defense minister and the Northern Army chief, Northern Army commander talking about how this can be done if required. If I were to ask you the same question, without getting into specific tactical plans, just broad strokes, do you think the Indian Army can actually physically take PoK back from Pakistan?
Thank you, Rahul, thank you. And I beg to disagree a little bit with General G.D. Bakshi.
Okay.
To the extent that the aspect of offensive operations got introduced hugely into the Indian Army in 2002 after Operation Parakram. And it was before that we were always talking defensively. It's 2002 which opened up the whole narrative and we started talking more offensively. If the ISI is worried, and if the context of our discussion at the moment is the worry which the ISI is expressing, I'm so happy that it is happening. Let me go beyond. This is contingency planning, Rahul. We do contingency planning in military operations all the time. To think that we are going to only sit back and plan defensively and say, this is how we will defend Uri or Poonch or Kupwara if the Pakistanis come in, we are not doing our professional work that we are required to do. We need to have a season in which we will always discuss offensive operations. And I'm in agreement with General Bakshi, we will never discuss it publicly, but we will state it. We have the intent. We cannot go away without the intent of having offensive operations. The Indian Army has to be trained, has to be prepared for it, has to be equipped for it at all times. What General Dwivedi has done is just express a potential contingency that should the government of India demand from the Indian Army to go across and get hold of PoK, the Indian Army is prepared to do it, it's got the plans to do it, it will continue progressing those plans from time to time. Can it successfully do it in the context of what you have asked about the Ukraine-Russian war? One can't say anything about success in conventional ops of this kind. Yes, on 24th of February, we all thought that Russia is going to just wipe out Ukraine, and you know what the situation is today. The situation in PoK is also it's a difficult thing, it's a very difficult terrain. There is enough army, the kind of ratios that we expect of 9:1 in the mountains do not exist there. The Chinese interests in Gilgit-Baltistan obviously also compromise this to a great extent. So there are contingencies and contingencies. What I'm very happy about is they are being spoken about. And the message is going to Pakistan, we are not sitting back on our haunches. If push comes to shove, we will make every effort to get back our territory, which we resolved to do so on 22nd of February 1994.